yeah, something took you on the path of psychology and sexology and biohacking. And I do see that these three are probably connected. I mean, they are connected in you, but could you take us on the journey that brought these areas into your life and that let you dive deeper into them?
Oh gosh. How did everything happen? I think, I left Finland when I was 20. I moved to Scotland to study psychology. And then that took me on these incredible adventures. I ended up living in Brazil for a little bit. I developed a rehabilitation program in a youth prison there. And that taught me more about humanity than my entire psychology degree in many ways. Wow. And I lived in Spain. I did a research project in integrative therapy and how powerful touch is. And all these adventures kind of help me heal different layers of myself or help me connect deeper to who I am. I guess how I ended up in sexology or helping people with that is that we live in a culture where everybody carries trauma and shame around sex. Every single person. And it's such a taboo in so many ways. Our parents don't teach us. Schools don't teach us. They just teach you how to use a condom and not get pregnant and show you ugly pictures of STDs. And then when you really zoom out of all of that fear-mongering, that taboo, sex is one of the most beautiful experiences we can have as humans. To me, it's been the most primal I've ever been, the most liberated, the most free, the most spiritual, the most divine. Why are we not talking about this? Why are we so blocked deeply from our bodies and from ourselves? And I think me going through a lot of pain at a young age and completely losing my health when I was 20, I was diagnosed with endometriosis and I had chronic pain to the point that I would just lie on the bathroom floor. I was so nauseous, I would just vomit. No TMI, but anyway. And I would just lie there, just like, how do I deal with this? How do I feel this? And you go into such a survival mode. You don't even think about sex or being sensual or being feminine or anything like that. So for me, everything that I am today is a combination of that professional journey, but then my own health journey, my healing journey of detaching and attaching, unlearning and learning, especially unlearning the performance and masculine, just connecting with my body. And I know I'm totally rambling on this, but to me, it's difficult to even describe going from survival mode to deep, deep healing and feeling anger and feeling all the emotions into tapping into my femininity and the power in that. And going from people pleasing and making myself small to embracing my power as a woman without feeling the need to become a man to be powerful.
Thank you for sharing that. I can see it in your body as you speak. The face changes, the gestures change, the movement changes. Yeah, you wanted to add something, I think, or not?
I don't think so. I thought about this, and because this podcast is about the first, and then I was like, should I share it? Should I not? But then I was like, if I'm thinking about whether I should, I probably should, because this is like. This is probably the first podcast that I'm doing while I'm on my period, because I do cycle-based living. And usually when I'm on my period, that's a time for reflection and going inwards and kind of isolating, and I feel more antisocial.
Yeah.
But then today I was thinking about, like, I went from debilitating pain, lying on that bathroom floor, to then launching a global community for women, doing a podcast, doing all these things while I'm on my period. What a beautiful thing as a woman to do that and live through these different phases. Usually I isolate, but I'm just so happy to be here and to do this.
This means so much. This means a lot. And I can very much, it resonates a lot with me. And it actually also shows that, back maybe to the theme of water and flow, that things that work for us at some point in time may flow differently at another point in time, right? So this constant, you have the theme of healing also. So it's a constant evolution, we can call it. Flow, finding out, discovering, exploring. So that's the first language also, right? So we find out more and more. You can also say we take off layer after layer after layer, and it's this liberation that you also describe. I think that brought us to today. You mentioned the global community. I would love for you to share about, maybe you start with today, what happened today, and go backwards, or you start where it started, wherever your starting point is. But
where it started. Well, we launched a community today with Regan Hillier and Rima Pester, and they are two incredible women, as you've met them. We became friends through the founder of Mind Valley, Vishen Lakhiani, actually. He connected us, and we bonded deeply. We met at one of the Mind Valley events, and especially Regan and I, we just bonded over biohacking and being healthy and doing all these things. And I was on my health journey and she was on her journey. And then we were like, hey, where can we find lingerie and clothing that's actually good for us, that's good for our bodies, that nourishes us? And we couldn't really find any. So then Rima, who's an incredible fashion designer, model, just a gorgeous human being, she joined us and she designed our very first collection of non-toxic lingerie and clothing, and we launched that on main stage at the Future Human event at Mind Valley, and it was gorgeous, it was beautiful. But while we were doing this, and every day I take time to connect with my body and kind of just integrate. And daily, while building the collection, I would just get these downloads of the fifth wave of feminism, the fifth wave of feminism. What does it mean to be a woman? What does it mean to be powerful? And we had a meeting, and I said to the girls that, hey, why don't we do something bigger? Why don't we truly, truly, truly connect women with ourselves, with our feminine, with our sensuality? And they were immediately on board. So while we were building that, while we were launching the collection, we decided to launch a global community for women where we help each other succeed with that we can have it all mentality without the need to abandon ourselves. Because until now, women have been taught in many ways, they've been empowered that you can do it all, be a, badass, boss babe, independent, everything. But that's almost disempowering, because it's telling women that in order for you to be powerful, you need to be masculine, you need to be almost be like men. And I fully understand that, because we came from a time where women didn't have the same freedom as men. And we wanted that. And then we fought for it, and we had those rights. But I think the next level of evolution for both men and women, another first, is empowering the feminine within us all. Empowering collaboration, cooperation, collectively healing and elevating. And that's what our community of Reflection Women is all about. And I'm so excited that today was the first event. We had 100 women just connect in such a beautiful way. And I'm so glad you were part of it.